Boom.
Booyah! Had a couple of beers last night. Can't hack it anymore after stag do. It's done me in, diddled me in. I've been mentioning my Twitter. I would appreciate it. I hate asking you boys to do all. But I've been I've been approaching people to get some more gigs and stuff, like for my hip hop stuff, obviously, as I start to release music. And they don't seem to believe me about my numbers that I'm getting on here. So, and they're saying it's reflected in my Twitter. So, I don't want to keep asking. But if you go type in JackCity Music onto my Twitter, I'm going to make it more of a Leeds thing as well on Twitter. I've been banging on today. I'm going to become a Twitterer. And I'm not calling it X yet because I'm not ready. So it's Twitter as far as I'm concerned because I don't even hardly use it. But I will be using it now. I've been hounding it today. So follow me on Twitter. Believe me, I've said that. So here we go. You know what time it is. Andrub, Clout Chasers here. Twittered up. Follow me on Twitter. Get that Badger in and on and over here. I might make a page for Badger. But my worry is I'll get more followers for the Badger than I would on my own channel. But that's the nature of beast, isn't it? So I might set up... I don't know if you can you do a space on Twitter? Follow me on Twitter. Can you do a space where you follow me on Twitter and then the Badger's in a space? Might just have a picture of my Badger. I might get a picture of my Badger. What am I talking about? Here we go. Quick ship vid. What's good? A lot of people think that we lack that clinical edge in front of goal, which I sort of get to some extent. I think it's a bit harsh, but you're going to think I'm mad here. You're going to think I've gone mental. You're going to think Ed's gone. Ed's fallen off. Ed's dropped off. I honestly think winning 4-0, if you win 4-0 always, that is always a good thing, isn't it, Badge? Always a good thing to win 4-0. But if you win 4-0, if we'd have won 4-0 yesterday, I don't always think that does a great deal of good. Obviously nice every now and again. But for the start of the season, for instance, we kept drawing, losing a couple of games drawing, and then going, oh, somebody's on receiving end of a hiding. Then we go mental, do really well, win 4-0, whatever, play well. And then we go into the next game and there's like a lull. Hanging in there creates serious resilience, I do believe that. And obviously I want to see us like thrash a team. But I got in shit for saying Bristol the other day, so I won't mention Bristol because it's Bristol Rovers and Bristol City, so we played Bristol day before yesterday, whatever, and we hung in there. If we'd have beaten 4-0, it'd have been like, whoa, we're fucking men, we're going to win fucking league. We're not going to win that fucking league. Like, yeah, we are going to win the league. But, aside from that, you know what I'm getting at. It creates a bit of resilience, and then when we do get a bit of a drubbing or, get a couple of late goals, it's just like, 3-0, tough game, rather than just running away with a few games like we have done. End of story. That's where I'm at with it. Ipswich fans have been having a bit of a nosebleed on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Been having a bit of a nosebleed on Twitter for some reason today, particularly going into super meltdown. So everybody's like dragging up the old tweets saying, "Oh, we gave you 6 points and we're still 7 ahead and stuff." And now they're, as somebody said on the comments of the day, Leicester will soon be sniffing our farts. Well, Ipswich are now sniffing our farts, and that did tickle me. I don't think you guys appreciate how funny I find some of the comments on this here channel. You do make me laugh, so I appreciate you. Follow me on Twitter. Sunderland fans are banging on about this Helder gadget. I'm only joking. I obviously know who Helder is. I used to like Helder, but they are banging on about him. And I do think it's a shame that he has been moved on. Everybody's saying about Byram and Firpo being injury prone. I think they're probably better than him, in fairness. But I thought Helder were decent, and he's can play centre-back as well. I think it's a shame. Didn't really get much of a chance, but we don't work with them every day, do we, boys? So we don't know what's going on in training, do you? Don't know what's going on behind closed doors, do you? Loads of shit going on with Phillips. There's been wank, hasn't he, these past 2 games for West Ham. So my man Calvin, he passed Solanke the ball and he tapped it in his first game. And then today, against Scum, I don't know why I sniffed after that. Follow me on Twitter. He lost the ball in midfield and they went and scored. Everything he's doing wrong is leading in a goal for them, basically, which obviously isn't ideal. But a lot has been spoke about how he's an average player and he was only good under Bielsa, and Bielsa got the best out of him. Now, I'm all for that to some extent. My man Bielsa, follow me on Twitter, did get him to a certain level of that, there's no doubt. But I don't think it's only under... I think it's a little bit harsh. I think a certain manager can bring a player out in you and he might not reach the heights, but he was also come up with us how much Premier League football has the bloke actually played? He played a lot. He was injured a lot for us, and I don't want to be that guy that says England international football suits certain players, but I do think it suits him. It's international football's a bit of a slower game. He's going to take some time to get up to pace with it, isn't he? I just think it's a bit harsh to suggest that he's an average player when just because he couldn't get in Man City side and he's been a bit shit for West Ham. He will come good. Whether he is the player that sort of everybody's yapped on about for these years, I'm not so sure myself. But I don't think he's average. I think it's harsh. I think what I will say is when I used to get involved in the Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips argument, I don't think there's any doubt now that Declan Rice is a better player. So only good under Bielsa? ? Answers in them comments or on Twitter. Don't know if I've mentioned it, but follow me on Twitter. Howie Redknapp, my man Howie Redknapp reckons Wester are not on dry. And he thinks it can be caught as my man Howie. Wibbly wobbly, wobbly wibbly. And I agree. Howie Redknapp reckons that Leicester can be caught. And I agree. Southampton obviously in good form. Everybody's banging on about their win yesterday, thumping Stoke or whatever, but Stoke is shit. Let's have it. Follow me on Twitter, boys. My links are below for my music. I'd appreciate it. Do you want a little glimpse on what I've been working on? Get that badger in and on and over here. Get the badger in and on and over here. Get the badger, get the badger, get the badger.
The way they've been, the results they've had, 1 defeat in 13. I've got Muppets from Leeds talking about pressures on us and Bamford and Forshaw and a couple of others, and it's over to you and this, that and the other. They got beat 7 times since Christmas. We've been beaten once. We've set it up from Christmas to be in the race.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch! JackCity, bitch!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I ask no.